Hi, I'm Cheryl Tam, and I'm a policy research intern with Cascade Bicycle Club. Cascade is a nonprofit organization with a mission to improve lives through bicycling. We seek to enhance the accessibility of cycling through education, events, policy improvements, and advocacy. I'm here in White Center, which is an urban center in King County with high rates of racial, social, and economic diversity. These types of areas are historically underserved when it comes to active transportation, which is a term for human-powered modes of getting around, such as biking and walking. This means that the community usually lacks the same access to high-quality, well-designed infrastructure, recreational programming, and transportation options compared to its surrounding neighborhoods. Cascade wants to base our advocacy efforts on community-identified needs and priorities. We want to hear directly from communities about what they value and perceive as barriers and facilitators towards engagement in active transportation. We recently conducted an assessment to learn more about the perceptions around active transportation here in White Center. Through community conversations, we heard that local residents were excited about the addition of this bike playground. It's the first of its kind in the U.S. and provides a place for anyone to learn about cycling safely. Despite the enthusiasm surrounding the playground, we heard there is a strong interest for safe places to bike out in the neighborhoods as well. Cascade worked closely with the White Center Community Development Association to determine effective, appropriate ways to hear from more members of the community. We conducted 5 total focus groups in 4 different languages. 2 in English, 1 in Spanish, 1 in Somali, and 1 in Vietnamese. Through these focus groups, we were able to hear from almost 50 people who have been living and working in White Center for an average of 10 years. We asked each group questions like, what are the reasons you most often walk and bike in White Center? And what types of changes would encourage you and your family to bike more? After an extended time of dialogue, here's what we found. Participants expressed a desire to walk and bike more, but certain changes must take place for them to do so. Across the board, participants highlighted that the most prominent barriers to active transportation are centered around personal safety concerns, specifically neighborhood safety and the risky behavior of drivers in the area. This reveals that interventions need to address broader environmental issues to achieve higher rates of active transportation. While infrastructural additions and bike-centric programming and education were all cited as facilitators, the feeling of personal safety serves as an underlying facilitator. Without changes to enhance community safety and individual peace of mind, motivation to bike and walk could still be low despite programmatic and infrastructural changes. Through listening to community members, Cascade is better equipped to understand what changes represent priorities and needs of residents in White Center. We need to actively create an environment where all people feel safe. If we want more people to bike, this baseline of personal safety has to be where we start. From there, we can begin advocating for other improvements such as sidewalks, crosswalks, streetlights, and bike-friendly roads to enhance overall neighborhood and traffic safety.